Again, thanks for the media for coming. We appreciate very much you coming every week when we get a chance to highlight our public safety professionals. We get a chance to talk about our employees at the city of Albuquerque. We get a chance to show Albuquerque just exactly where your tax dollars are going, and where they're going is to dedicated men and women that keep us safe and that help us live in a wonderful city. Today's no exception, and we're going to start today with our Friday's Heroes, which are, as you can see, a group of men from the Albuquerque Fire Department. I'm going to give you some basics today, but I'm going to let Chief and some of the public safety professionals tell you a little bit about this particular incident, because they are the experts. But the short story is that, as you saw in the news, the Desert Sands Motel had a catastrophic fire, if you will, recently. And when we talk about our firefighters, a lot of times with modern codes and with some of the things that have happened in this country over the last decades, the good news is there aren't as many fires as there were 30, 40, 50 years ago. And so our firefighters spend a lot of time with EMS calls. They spend a lot of time keeping us safe in other ways. But there's also still fires, and we shouldn't forget that. And there's still catastrophic fires, and there's still lives in danger. Since I've been the mayor, we've had firefighters fall through flaming, roofs that have been on fire. We've had firefighters go to the hospital on numerous occasions from smoke inhalation, from burns. It's a dangerous job, and this is a story about that. So we're recognizing these gentlemen from the Albuquerque Fire Department for their brave actions to save guests that were staying at the Desert Sands Motel. This is Unit 78, Quality Improvement Officer Robert LaPrice, help me.
Right here, sir, LaPrice.
LaPrice, yeah, we've seen each other before.
Yes, sir.
From Engine 5, we've got Lieutenant Dominic Velasquez.
That's here. Yes, sir.
Yes, driver Christopher Epley.
Here, sir.
Firefighter, is it Tuan Doan? Tuan Doan, I was close. Firefighter Zephyr Velarde, who's not here. From Rescue 3, Paramedic Lieutenant Jeff Bussey.
Right here.
Right, good to see you. Paramedic driver Gabe Healy is here. And then paramedic intern Eric Bergman is not here. So early on the morning of May 23rd, AFD responded to several calls at the Desert Sands Motel. When the units arrived, smokes and flames had consumed the first floor of the motel, trapping several dozen occupants. While battling the fires, the crews rescued individuals that were yelling for help from a second-story window by using their ground ladders. When victims reported that more guests were still inside their rooms, the crews jumped into action. Paramedics treated one of the occupants with smoke inhalation by administering this is where you're going to have to help me, Cyano Kit? Cyano Kit.
Yes, sir.
Good thing I'm not a firefighter. Life-saving medication used to treat cyanide poisoning caused by smoke inhalation. I want to hear more about that. AFD continued their life-saving work by creating an internal on-scene EMS group that tended to victims in need of triage, evaluation, and transport. These crews also coordinated shelter for 57 displaced survivors of the fire with the American Red Cross office here in Albuquerque. Look, this is about bravery, it's about professionalism, it's about saving lives, and that's what these men and women do every single day. And for that reason, these firefighters are our Friday's Heroes, and I want to hand out the coins here in a minute, but Chief, are you going to give us more information on this, or who's going to talk?
Sure, I can.
Yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit more about especially these kits that you use, and so we appreciate it. Come on up, Chief.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mayor. The mayor's right. Our job's risky. You never know, you might have an opportunity to save a life, but it's unusual when it's in this particular kind of circumstance. The tactic that Engine 5 and Rescue 3 used at this fire is something called vent, enter, search. It's not something you do very, very often, but we're trained and ready to do. To have people hanging at the windowsill waiting for you to rescue them is something we all hear about and train for, but don't regularly see. And for them to just kick into gear, we define risk in the Commander Tinajero's job as the IC at this event was to manage risk. And when their lives at risk, the firefighters put their lives at risk and they put them on the line. And to throw a ladder, go through the window, search, and to get multiple people out, back, imagine going if you had to go back through the window and down the ladder to safety. That's a dangerous event that has to be done quickly. So for them to get that many people out of the building is really, really important. The mayor mentioned the cyano kits. That's something we started carrying a couple of years ago, and its sole purpose is to counteract the effect of cyanide as part of smoke inhalation. What cyanide does basically is it binds to your cells and doesn't let you use your oxygen. So you start to have trouble breathing, your heart rate increases, it could lead to a pretty significant medical episode. So it's a medication that we administer. Rob has one on his truck.
Yes, sir.
and our 2 hazmat trucks have them. So we've probably administered Cyano Kit 6-7 times in the last 2 years as smoke inhalation patients have needed that. It's something new for us, and it's making a difference. But again, I want to thank you guys individually and for your efforts, including Mayor also mentioned when the fire's over, our job's not done. Captain Laprice's job at this particular incident was to make sure that 57 people just weren't left in the parking lot across the street from the hotel with no place to go. His coordination with other AFD resources and the American Cross got all 57 people a bus and a van and transported them from the scene to a place where they could have shelter for the night and they could start recovering from the fire. So again, everybody from beginning to end on this incident did a great job, and I just want to thank you guys for your everyday efforts, but this one specifically.
I had lots of help. These guys are great.
Yeah.
You want to say anything, though?
No, sir.
All right, good. Lights are bright, cameras are on, man. It's your chance. It's your chance.
You like that?
You know, I want to say it again. The Albuquerque Fire Department just got, we talked about this ISO rating of 1 that we got a while back. It's not the same thing as what we're talking about today, but this is just another example of why in Albuquerque we have one of the finest fire departments in the world. And one of the top, that puts us in the top, what percentage, Chief?
1.
The top 1%, that ISO rating of 1 that we have, which means our businesses are safer. Our businesses are paying less in insurance because of this. Our homeowners are safer, our families are safer, and we're just very appreciative. So, fellas, what we have today is we have these coins that we commissioned when I started as a mayor. It's it's public service coin. It's the Friday's Heroes coin. It has police, fire, and emergency management on the back. It's a small token, but what it really is, it's a big thank you. And we just want you to have one today with our gratitude. Thanks for keeping us safe. These 57 people that you helped that night are having a much better day today because of what you did then. And so we just want to say thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You can all clap now if you want.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
We've had a number of stories as we talk about Employee of the Week during my time as your mayor, where we just have our employees doing extraordinary things above and beyond what their paid job is and what their job description says it is. And today's another one of those stories. We've also had a couple of stories about our solid waste drivers and the impact that they can make in our community. So when you think about our city employees, and today's city employee is Daryl. He goes by DJ Laskowski. He is at the solid waste department, and he's a residential collections driver. So he gets to drive one of those cool big blue trucks. And that's his job. He's out there to make sure our city's clean, to make sure our city is safe, and he does it very, very well. But what he also does is he inspires people. And that's what we're talking about today. He's being recognized for his personable and kind-hearted approach when interacting with residents along his route. Michael Martinez is here today, and he has an 8-year-old son named Jaden, who has been diagnosed with autism, and when he was younger. And every day they wait on the curb, or every Monday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, to see DJ and his truck come through their neighborhood. And so he's doing his job, picking up the trash, but he's also befriended this young man. And the father-son pair began taking time to have Jaden learn about the inner workings of the truck, and DJ has also showed him around the vehicle. One morning he decided to surprise Jaden with a small green trash can and a few City of Albuquerque stickers. Small thing, right? Big thing for Jaden. Big thing for this young man. And so DJ, for your ability to foster a positive relationship with the families that you serve and the residents of the community, I think is a testament to you as an individual, to your professionalism, and to the solid waste department at the City of Albuquerque. And trying to educate and inspire this young man and lift him up, that's good stuff. And that's why you're our Employee of the Week today. And I've got a couple of folks here. I've got James Mora, who's the Associate Director for Solid Waste, who's going to say a few words. We've got an award for you. And I don't know if Mr. Martinez wants to say anything or not, but that'll be your decision. So you want to come up, James, and give us a little more information?
Thank you, Mayor. Well, I just found this out just now talking to DJ, and I was telling him really, what happened out there, and come to find out DJ also has a child with autism.
Oh, really?
And he talked to me about that, And DJ is one of the young rising stars at the Solid Waste Department. He has been employed with the Solid Waste Department for 9 years, and he's one of the best employees that I have. DJ, congratulations on your selection for Employee of the Week. This highlights your outstanding potential, but more important, it reflects the trust the mayor and the city of Albuquerque in you to provide a superb leadership to our community and to our department. So once again, DJ, keep up the great work, and it's a joy to work with you. And I appreciate everything you do. DJ goes out every day and services at the minimum about 1,000 homes, about 20,000 homes a month, and still takes the time to get off the truck. And not only Mr. Martinez's child, but other childs out on his route. So again, DJ, thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, Mr. Martinez wants to say a few words. Glad you're here with us today.
Thank you, sir. So unfortunately, my son couldn't be here today because he was out of town. But actually on Monday, he had me FaceTime him. So we're on FaceTime for about an hour so he can make sure DJ was back from his 2-week vacation because he was gone for 2 weeks. And so all he would ask me all week is the trash man back? Is he going to be back? So he was worried about him. So he really wanted to be here today. But he actually brought the trash truck on Tuesday, which wasn't his normal trash day. And he actually talked to him for about 30 minutes. And a couple of other supervisors came out. And it was actually pretty much his highlight of the summer. And he's really helped him be a lot more verbal and come out of his shell. So I can be happier for this guy, and I definitely appreciate him.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Martinez. Thank you for coming and sharing your story as well. And I'm just gonna end on this. In our first term, we decided that we needed to make an investment in our fleet too. So to the management of solid waste, we've got a lot more new trucks out there. The trucks when we got here, gosh, they were leaking, they were rattling and rolling down the street. And our ratepayers, the people that pay the trash fees, have paid a couple extra dollars a month for a couple of years. And what that does for you as a citizens is that provides better service to you because this is an enterprise fund for the city. So your fees pay this department. And it's been able to help us recapitalize this fleet and get new trucks out there. If you don't have a new truck yet, hopefully we can get you into one. But we just appreciate you very much. It's a great story, and thanks for lifting up this young man. And you're our employee of the week.
Thank you
very
Joe.
much. And we have a mug for you. And we have a certificate that says employee of the week and a letter for your personnel file. So keep up the great work, man.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good job.
And then
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, for Michael and your son Jaden, we have 4 tickets to the biopark for you. So thanks for sharing your story with us today, and enjoy the biopark. I was there last night, and a few mosquito bites. Short of that, it was an awesome experience.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, enjoy it. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody.